Hi, hello everyone. Dawn Epting here. Thank you as always for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that bell underneath the right of the video to receive notifications for future videos. So often in life, we do not allow ourselves to dream big dreams based on our past. And what I mean is based on the disappointments of the past. So today I wanted to just give a few solutions as I see them from the subject, your dreams are bigger than your past, or dreaming forward. And there is a famous quote that poses the question, and it goes, why let go of yesterday? Because yesterday has already let go of you. And that is by noted author and speaker Steve Maraboli. So yesterday is gone. We have to dream not based on the disappointments of the past or the constraints as we see them from our past, but based on the vision that we have in our hearts of the possibilities that lie ahead. So I actually wanted to reference a scripture, and it's in Mark 9:21. I have a few notes here. And in that scripture, Jesus asked a young man's father, how long has this been happening to him? How long has this been happening to him? So what was going on is Jesus had just descended from the top of a mountain with a few of his disciples. And when he got to the bottom of the mountain, the rest of his disciples that remained down there were not able to heal this young boy who was mute and having violent seizures to the point that often he was throwing himself in the fire. So Jesus asked the question in Mark 9:21, how long has this been happening to him? And I believe the reason he asked that question was to demonstrate that it didn't matter how long it had been happening to him, that the power of God was not constrained about by the length of time that the problem had existed. Again, the power of God was not constrained by the length of time that the problem had existed. So the young man's father, to sum it up, basically said it's been happening to him since he was a little boy. And Jesus says in Mark 9:23, if thou can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. So if you can believe, not based on what has happened in the past or the disappointments, I can't believe, I believed for that before, I believe for that promotion, I believe for that business to start before numerous times, I believe for that relationship to work and it's never worked. No, if you can believe right now and not based on what you've seen, the failures also in other people's lives. Well, my sister believed for that and it never happened for her, so I can't believe. No, if you can believe, all things are possible. It's about your thoughts and it's about your believing. And if you go down in that story in Mark 9, there are some other things. And eventually the disciples ask him, how come we couldn't, cast this demon or the situation out? And he said, in the New Living Translation and in the Message translation, this kind comes out only through prayer. And we could debate, some translations have and fasting, but we could debate if that was put in there at the author's discretion. But this definitely comes out by prayer. That we know he said for sure. So prayer, what is prayer? Of course, believing and seeing yourself based on the dreams and the desires and the vision that God has placed in your heart. So I once heard a quote that the past exists only in your memory, the present exists in your awareness, and the future exists in your anticipation. So the past only exists in your memory. The present exists in what you are aware of right now, and the future exists in your anticipation. So this is the moment, this is the time to believe. I don't care how many times you haven't succeeded at something in the past. Every, not new day, but every new moment is an opportunity to believe and to see the manifestation or to experience that dream or that vision that is in your heart. So I just have a few things here. I said, in terms of going forward with your dreams and realizing that your past, your dreams are bigger than your past, rather, we have to forget the past, step one. So often we meditate on our failures, and meditation, of course, is to roll over and over in our minds. We have to forget them and we have to meditate on our future. So we have to forget our failures, forget the past in order to dream forward. Number two, we have to envision it. As we meditate on the positives, envision what we desire, envision those dreams that God has placed in our heart. We have to see them. Remember in the Bible that God told Abraham, as far as you can see, I will give it to you, in terms of making him the father of many nations, as an old man who had never had children, nearly 100 years old. So we have to envision it. And finally, we have to feel it. We have to embody it. If you're believing to be a big corporate executive, see yourself, feel yourself in those spaces with other like-minded professionals. Go to those places. Actually feel it. If you're believing for better health, don't stay in the bed. Believe, feel yourself being well. I know it's easier said than done, and I don't want to make light of that, but we have to feel it. So I'll just leave with this scripture, and it's Romans 12:2. It says, let God transform you into a new person by changing the way that you think. So we have to change our thoughts and our mentality about our future and focus more on our future, essentially, than the disappointments of our past, and believing that we cannot dream big because we have failed a number of times in the past. So thank you so much. Please get involved with some of the things that we're doing if you'd like. I have a new course. It's called Passion into Purpose, and it talks about basically some of the things that I did to go from what I was passionate about into actually living in my purpose. And it gives step-by-step instructions in terms of social impact organizations, or actually setting up a nonprofit if that's something you're interested in. And you can also look at the links below this video to see some of the other things we're doing with the relaunch of our suicide prevention hotline and some of the other things if you'd like to get involved. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your comments, your likes, sharing this video, and your insight. Please comment, please, give me your comments, because it really is insightful to me and to others. It helps others as well. So thank you so much again. Have an awesome day and an awesome week. And I will see you next week soon with another video. Thank you.